It's me, Candace. I know it's been like, what, a month just about since I posted last. Things have just been absolutely insane for me in my life, and I'll try to post when I can, although trying to be consistent, but it's really hard when like your real life is kind of like insane. So my last video was a cooking video that I did, and I told you about my grandparents and having that emergency trip at the end of February. Well, things have kind of gotten crazy. We are moving, or trying to move here. We're trying to buy our first house. We're still looking at houses, so we haven't found one yet that we really like. But we found like an agent, and we're applying for our loan. So it's kind of like jumping into that right now, which obviously, I don't know if any of you own your houses or anything, but there's like so much paperwork and so much documentation that they want, and like we're trying to pack now, like a little at a time. If you look around my house, you can see all my boxes, and like pretty much my house looks all crazy now because we're trying to move, and we're grabbing everything and yanking it out and putting it into boxes, and we're trying to pack like 1 or 2 boxes a night to try and get all the things that we don't really use on a daily basis, like our books and things, except for a couple cookbooks. You know, we're trying to pack those up and pack them away because, you know, it's better to try and do that than try to pack it all up at the very last minute and during a very stressful week when you're trying to move and get people to help you to move, and you're trying to clean the carpets. You know what I mean? Craziness. Anyway, I'm sure you all know that. I'm sure you've all moved in and out of apartments and in and out of houses. But anyway, so that's kind of one of the insane things going on in my life. And then something else, which is kind of crazy to me personally, which probably isn't a big deal to most people, but I'm a pretty heavy person. I'm sure you can tell, obviously, by looking. I have been told for the last, I found out about 5 years ago that I have something called PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. And on top of that, I've got a thyroid problem. So I didn't find out until about 5 years ago that I had any of these issues, and I've tried for a really long time to like exercise and eat well and to lose weight, and none of it is happening. Like it just wouldn't, nothing happened, you know. And it was weird because I would be trying and I would actually be gaining weight, and I'm just like, what on earth, you know? And so I kind of stopped trying after a while because I'm just like, what is the point of dieting and exercise if it's not going to work? But recently, you know, I've worked with my doctors again, and they told me that I have insulin resistance. So I'm not diabetic or anything, but my body has problems processing like carbohydrates and sugars and just processing food, which is why my body doesn't know what to do with it, and it just like packs it on no matter what I eat, you know. And so they put me on something and called metformin, and it's been amazing because I've only been on it since the beginning of February, and so it's not quite 2 months yet. And I didn't actually start dieting until after my trip to see my grandparents, which was like the very last week of February, which is when I actually started trying along with the pill. And in that time frame, I've dropped 17 pounds. So I'm like working out every day and trying to eat extra healthy and calorie counting, which is something I never wanted to do and always hated the thought of doing, but it's actually not that bad. I feel like I've learned a lot from it. I feel like what I used to think was like a really healthy portion was not a healthy portion. But I did learn some other things, like I cook a lot from scratch, and things that I thought were maybe not so healthy turned out to actually be pretty healthy. And, you know, I mean, obviously I'm going to have my occasional cheat day where I have a pizza or something, you know, but for the most part, like I cook from scratch like 6 days a week. So, and most of the meals that I make are only like 5, maybe 600 calories a meal, which is pretty much what you get if you go to a restaurant, and sometimes they're way less than that. Like when I make my minestrone soup, it's only like 300 calories a serving. So anyway, to make a long story short, I've been working my tail end off to lose some weight, and now I'm dropping clothes sizes and things like that. And so for me, that's really exciting, but it's also something else that's interjected into my day. I just finished doing my workout. It's been kind of a crazy morning. We've had problems with our management company that we're renting from, which is one of the reasons we're looking to move. And then, you know, I had to drive my husband to work, and we had our internet go out. It's been a really rough weekend. And I'm so glad it's Monday, which I know is probably so weird to say because most people are like, I hate Mondays, you know. We've all seen the memes. We've all seen the angry cats who are like, down with Mondays, up with Fridays, you know. But I'm kind of glad the weekend is over. It was kind of like a crazy, stressful weekend, and things are going to be even crazier from here on out because it's going to be every weekend, and it's going to be packed with like looking for houses. My husband is working overtime now because they're getting ready to push out a website for Japan in the company he works for, And so it's just really crazy. So I pray that you guys will forgive me, and I'm sorry if my video put out, whatever you want to, putting out videos is not super consistent. Hopefully you'll forgive me, and I'll try to take you along with me on my home buying process if I remember. That's always going to be the hard part, because, when you're looking at houses, the last thing you really think about is pulling out your camera to videotape for other people. But when we do buy a house, we'll probably show you guys and share the excitement with all of my friends and followers on YouTube, and I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to go over here and show you what I'm going to make for lunch, and we'll just head over this way. It's kind of dark. Got to turn on some lights. Okay. So, I kind of already have dinner going. I am making, let's see, what's it called here? I have the cookbook. It's called, oh, that's so blurry. It's Slow Cooker Coconut Curry Chicken. My church did a website, a website. Wow. My brain is like gone. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, my church did a cookbook. And so this is one of the recipes in the cookbook that sounded really good, because I love ethnic foods. I love it, I love it, I love it. So full of flavor. So I'm trying out this recipe for the first time, and all it has in it is 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast, cubed. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Gosh, allergy season already. Okay, so, and then it wants 5 large carrots peeled and diced, a medium onion peeled and quartered, 2 cloves of garlic peeled. I just used already pre-chopped garlic. But anyway, a can of tomato paste, a large bell pepper seeded and chopped, a can of coconut milk, some salt, a tablespoon of curry powder, a tablespoon of garam masala, or a substitute. You can Google the substitute. A jalapeno seeded and halved, or crushed red pepper flakes, which is optional. And I didn't put that in there because I can't stand really hot stuff. And my husband loves hot stuff, but he's had a lot of heartburn problems. And so we're trying really hard not to eat anything spicy, so we just didn't add that. And then it calls for some water and cornstarch just to thicken it toward the very end of cooking it. And so basically all you do is take everything except the chicken and the carrots, like, you take the onion and the garlic and the bell pepper and the tomato paste and the coconut milk and the salt and the curry powder and the masala, and you essentially just put it in the blender or a food processor or whatever you want, and then you pour over the cubed chicken in the bottom of the crock pot along with the carrots, and then you just let it cook for about 6 hours, and then you just kind of stir it up, and then you serve it over rice with some fresh cilantro or some peanuts if you want, and then you can also put with naan, like whatever you want to serve it with. We usually just do rice because I'm trying to count calories, and who knew rice had so many calories? Like, I didn't. Like, I grew up in a Mexican household, and like rice and pinto beans were like a total staple, and so I'm like, yeah, no wonder, right? Anyway, so I didn't really ever think that rice was all that bad, until I started calorie counting, and I was like, holy cow, it's like 300 calories for 1 cup of rice. So I try not to eat too much rice anymore, which is really, really hard because I love rice. I love Spanish rice. So anyway, it's kind of what I've been up to. And I think for lunch I'm probably going to make a pocket. I've been using these, they're called salad pockets, but essentially they're just, pita pockets. And then sometimes I fill it with hummus. Sometimes I fill it with eggs. Like right now I just boiled some eggs. Well, actually I didn't boil them. I baked them in the oven. I got the idea from, I got the idea from YouTube. What is her name? Oh, the Not So Ordinary Housewife. Sorry, my brain sometimes, I'm not good with names. I can remember like pictures so much better than I can remember names. Like I can remember someone's face. I'm like, I know you. What is your name? I can't remember the word associated with your face. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, I've been making like egg salad sandwiches. I've been doing hummus as a filling. I've been doing turkey sandwiches generally, or chicken salad, essentially. And then I usually have like a piece of fruit. Like I'll do like 3 strawberries and some blueberries, and I'll do like some tomatoes maybe. And I try not to go over 4, maybe 500, pushing it for my calories for lunch. For breakfast I don't really eat a lot. I'm not a big eater in the morning. I don't like big breakfasts. I don't like anything heavy. So usually it's either a bowl of cereal, which is like 250 calories, or I do yogurt, or I'll do like an egg and a couple slices of turkey bacon, and everything I eat is pretty much under 200 calories for breakfast, which leaves me wide open all day for, a decent-sized meal and a snack for both lunch, dinner. Because I've kind of gotten to the point where, because I'm not eating like a lot of calories per meal, I have to have a snack. Because we don't usually eat dinner until about 7, because that's when my husband gets home from work. And so it's like, if I eat around noon, I can't make it till 7. It's like my stomach is like hurting and I'm like crying. I'm like, please, we need to eat. So I have to have like some kind of snack. I have like protein bars, and I've got like some dried fruit and some trail mix and stuff like that. And I eat usually something at 3 o'clock, so I can make it till 7, 3 or 4, depending. Because today I'm having a late lunch because it's already 12:30, and normally I eat around 12. I start making it around 11:45, and then I eat around noon. But everything today is just gone like crazy busy, and by the time I got home and finished doing dishes and like working out, it was like 12:15. So anyway, I'm gonna make my lunch, and I'll show you what I'm eating when I got it all plated up and I'm finished, and I'll catch up with you in a sec. Everybody, okay, I just finished making my lunch. It only took me about 5 or 6 minutes to make it, and what I'm having is a half a pita pocket with stuffed with about 4 tablespoons of hummus, 4 or 5 little slices of cucumber, and some alfalfa sprouts on top. I'm having some grape tomatoes, a handful of blueberries, and 3 full-size strawberries. And then I'm going to pick out a snack from my snack box. Let me turn on my lights. All my crafting stuff on the table. We've been going through our back room packing things up, and so we've kind of moved things onto our table as we're packing things and moving things around. Anyway, this is kind of like my snack box of healthy go-to snacks that I have, although I guess some of it's not super healthy, but they are low calories, so it's like if you want a little treat, Anyway, we have protein bars, but I'm going to have some rice cakes probably. These are what I like to eat. They're kind of like chips that I have with my lunch. So I've got like white cheddar ones, some apple cinnamon ones, and they're only like 120 calories each. I've got some chocolate ones in case I want chocolate. And then they have these sweet chili ones. And then they have some new, what do you call them? They're like chips kind of, but they're more like kind of like a cross between a chip and a cracker. These ones are barbecue flavor. They're the Special K ones, and you get all this, and it's 120 calories. So I like to have these sometimes with lunch, depending on what I'm having. Well, if I'm having a more high-calorie lunch, then I skip this. But since I think today's is probably only total about 400 tops, even with this included, I think that's just fine. And then usually I either do a protein bar like this for a snack, because it's got 15 grams of protein, which really helps me get me through. Like something like this would not do anything for me as far as like, a mid-afternoon snack. This is more like to go along with lunch, or if I really, really need something like Okay. Sorry about that. My battery just died right in the middle of talking to you about stuff. So what I was saying was, essentially, I really like chips and crackers. I am very much a snacker. I'm more of like a board eater. I don't know. Sorry if this video is all about what I eat and what I don't eat, because kind of where I'm at right now in my life. Like, I never wanted my life to revolve around what I eat and what I don't eat, but until I can pull off this weight, that's where it's at. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I like to eat rice crackers because it's a healthier option rather than eating potato chips. And I could try to go without, but I know myself well enough to know that I have to give myself some leeway, or I'm just going to go off the deep end. I'm going to go off the rails big time. Because, I've tried to do those rabbit food diets where it's like chicken salad, nothing but chicken salad. Dude, that's not for me. I'd rather have like a small piece of candy or a small piece of chocolate or like a few like little rice cakes, because that in the long run is going to make sure that I do this consistently and the right way, you know what I mean? So that way I'm not like eating it to the point where I just explode and then it's like binge eating, you know what I mean? I'm never going to let myself get to the point of like binge eating, so or falling off the diet entirely. And I do give myself cheat days. There's some days where it's like, you know what, it's my husband's birthday, we want to go out to dinner, we want pizza, or we want something. Yeah, I'm going to eat what I want to eat, and, that's just how it is going to be that day, but I'm really trying hard every other day so that I can have those days every once in a while. Anyway, I'm going to go eat lunch, and I'm going to probably watch something on TV, on Netflix, because that's really what I feel like doing for a little while, and then I might start doing some more packing or organizing. We're just trying to move forward. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'll film any more today because I don't really know how busy things are going to get, but I'll try and pick up the camera again and show you guys dinner or what it ends up looking like or whatever. It's pretty much going to be the same, and I won't be able to plate up until I pick up my husband from work because, like I said, his hours just shifted, so he's working till later tonight. Normally he gets off around 5, and he's not going to be getting off till 7, maybe even later, possibly. So that's kind of what happens when he pushes out websites. He gets longer hours, and his hours change because when you're working with people across the world, they're awake when we're asleep, so it's like he kind of has to be awake some of the time that they're awake so they can communicate. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm up to, and if anybody wants to tell me what they've been up to in their lives, that'd be awesome. Boho Mom and Anna, I'd love to hear from you and see how you guys are doing. And any of my new viewers, tell me about your lives. Like, what are your goals right now? What are you working on? What's new and changing in your lives? You know, because I want my channel to be like an open communication with other people, and I want to get to know them. I want to get to know their culture, and I mean, it's kind of hard when I'm the only one talking to do that, but if you guys write in the comments things, then I can respond back and try to get to know you guys better and make new friends. Anyway, have a beautiful day, and hopefully I will catch you later. If not, I guess you'll know by the rolling credits. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.